Notorious, so notorious.
It's Friday night, and the posse's back. Deep dives, local vibes, and headlines that matter, or totally don't. So crack a beer, crank it up. This is the NFNP.
I wouldn't be bragging about that right now. And normally I'm wearing my Blues gear and we suck so bad. I'm like, I'm not going to do it tonight. Just can't do it.
So it's your
I had
fault we're losing.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, 6-2,
Yeah.
almost the end of the second. That's
Yeah.
pretty pathetic.
You can't have an epic
And-
comeback unless you're down. So
Well, I mean, and that is true. And we've had some good ones in years past. Hold on. What is our record right now? We are 11, 13, and 7. So this will put us to 11, 14, and 7.
Yeah.
And I keep saying, I'm like, you know what? Let's just get back to 500, 13 and 13 and 7. And then we'll kind of start fresh. And then what happens? No.
Yeah, we can't win more than 2 straight. We can't even really win 2 hardly in a row. But
Well, when we did recently, we won 2 games in a row, and that was the first time since games 2 and 3 of the season.
wow.
And then, of course, we had a chance to win 3 games in a row. We couldn't do it.
Yep.
Goalies are getting pulled. It's
Mhm.
pathetic.
Everybody's getting hurt.
Yeah. Yep. No good. All right.
no good
Well, it's
sports in
been
St. Louis.
well, and that's true. The Cardinals suck. We're selling off all of our players. The Blues suck. St. Louis City, we don't have a coach at the moment. We were one of the worst teams in the league last year.
Did you apply?
Did not. No, but they are hiring positions right now, and I'm like, all right, let's see. Any director level job? No,
Mhm.
it was all stupid stuff.
We're not like forward, center, defenseman.
That was like concession stand.
Yeah, 42. I'm 42 now, Duds. I don't know that I could. It feels like I could do it when I get back out there with like Catalina, but
Yeah.
So
running
much better.
circles around these first graders.
Do you
but
coach them?
No. I'm too busy for all of that.
Yeah.
And aren't we all? Because it's been 2 weeks since we've recorded a podcast.
Lost all of our listeners. Mhm.
All of them
Momentum is gone.
All 20.
No, we actually picked up a new follower. I'm like, I don't know where this came from. I mean, it could be anybody. It could be your mom, Nilla, for all I know.
Could be.
But
Be your mom.
But yeah, I mean, the Thanksgiving week. All right, no worries. We miss a week for Thanksgiving, but 2 weeks in a row. And Duds, you even said it. I think you looked up like most podcasts fail after 6 or 7 episodes.
6? Yep.
Yep.
6, 7.
And this is
something like that.
episode 7. So hey,
Mhm.
we pushed through. We're on the other side, and this is where we're gonna blow up from here. I can feel it.
Thrive.
We're gonna thrive moving forward. We're gonna get up to like 30 listeners, if I dare say so.
4 followers.
We've got more than that. Like I said, I don't know who these people are, but okay.
Take 'em.
What do you guys want to? We'll take them. That's right. What do you guys want to talk about today? I've got some stuff, and of course, new stuff happened. Should I tease what I'm planning for next week?
Oh, wow.
I'm
You
not
do that
prepped for
now
it today.
or later?
Well, should I save it for later?
Save it for
All right,
later.
maybe that'll keep the
everybody on
listeners
edge.
all the way till the end. That's right. But I got something fun in store for next week. But for this week, I decided to look up some stats around holiday shopping, credit card balances,
Mhm.
Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals. Because I pretty much do all of my Christmas shopping online now. I don't know about you guys. The kids are relatively easy. Amazon, Target, you're kind of done.
Any
Maybe
toy.
pick up yeah. They're relatively simple. But my parents, Caroline, then it gets a little bit more tricky. So I have a couple of these websites that I've gone to in years past, clothing and things like that. And I'm just flipping through, and these deals suck. I'm not getting the same deal that I got last year because I remember what the deals were, and I was like, they're not that. So I'm like, why does it feel like the deals aren't as deep as they were in 2024? So is there anything to that? Is there not? Is it just in my head? I don't know. So I'm still kind of going through some Christmas shopping stuff. I don't know where you guys are at. We're what, 2 weeks out,
Yeah.
roughly
Just
of
finished the
Christmas.
last of it up today.
You're done.
Thankfully, I think.
All
I
right.
think so.
Did you
Yeah.
did you buy online? Were
It was a
you
mix. Most of
a
it
mix?
was, yeah, most of it was online, but
All right.
some in the store.
Right.
We
Okay.
kind of have it easy, and we do a lot
Yeah,
of
you
gift
do.
cards in general.
Right.
Which is easy. Although sometimes it's for a restaurant that it might be a little further away, and also they're not open like during the day. Like they don't open till like 4 for like dinner, so you have to go there in the afternoon to
Yeah.
get it. You can't buy it online even, which is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, the specialty restaurants, the best restaurants, that's
Yeah.
usually how it is. I mean, if you want to go to Red Robin,
Sure.
you can buy that gift card online.
Yeah.
Sometimes the good things, if you go to like Costco or I don't know if Sam's
Yeah,
does
yeah.
this, they'll sell $100
For like
gift
80 or
cards
something,
for
or
80 bucks.
75, or
And if it's a place that we go to, like the kids love crumble cookies. So they
Mhm.
have that deal. I was like, just buy it. We'll put it in their stocking. They
Yeah.
won't know the difference. We're going to go
No.
there at some point anyway.
Right. Yeah, you're gonna be buying it
might,
anyway.
might as well save the $20. So sometimes that's a pretty good deal. But yeah, you do have it easy, Nilla. You're not
Yeah.
buying for as many people. Not
Nah, it's
buying
really I let her take
kiddos
care
and
of it.
stuff
It's
like that.
basically her family,
Yeah.
so
Sure. Yeah. Well, the other thing is trying to make sure that all the kids have the same number of gifts.
mhm.
We're not as focused on the dollar amount per se,
Yeah.
but they have to be opening the same amount of gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't have
So-
any discrepancies there.
No. And then for your significant other, it gets a little tricky because they're like, they don't really need anything. Like you guys.
Yeah.
Do you really need anything?
No, I don't even get her
We're
anything,
adults.
actually.
If you want something throughout the year, you just go and buy it.
Pretty much.
Right. So especially men. So I'm like, what? Like what that? So I'm like, maybe a book, maybe a record. I'm really into experiences,
Mhm.
so if there's concert tickets or,
Mhm.
or a really nice restaurant to your
I feel
point
like
that we
women are
really
harder to
want
shop for than
try.
I think that guys are for women, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Guys like,
Probably.
yeah, whatever, I don't really care, anything.
Right. Anything. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think I did pretty good this
Board
year.
games
Yeah.
for your wife. Yeah, you're feeling confident.
I'm feeling
Alright.
pretty confident.
So
Hope
what'd
to
you think
circle
of
back on that?
what'd you think about the deals? Did you even shop the deals? Is it
The online, let's see.
you don't care?
Deals.
Yeah, did you think that they were
think
not
that
as
it
good as
was
last
okay.
year? What were you
No,
thinking?
Well, I mean, it
Okay.
was something completely new, so I didn't really have anything to compare it to.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
online it says you getting like 40% off, but it
Okay.
isn't
Kohl's.
really.
Did you get Kohl's Bucks, what they call them?
No, it was just like an individual website,
Kohl's Cash.
Kohl's Cash,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so and I think I sent it in the chat, like the deals are, they're whatever, $500 on Wednesday. They're $500 on Thursday, and they're $500 on Friday, but it's got a big red slash through it,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
So
it
you're
was
like,
700.
Right.
Right. Well, right. And it says it was 700, but you're like, well, I was on here yesterday, so I know what the price was.
Is that even legal? Can they do that?
I don't know, man. That's where this all gets tricky. And I feel like we've talked about this already. Hopefully, we didn't talk about it on the podcast.
No, I
I
don't think
feel
so.
like it couldn't have
We're just
been. 'cause
repeating
the last
ourselves
podcast
already
was-
on the
Yeah,
seventh
already.
episode.
We've run out of material, right? I feel like I've just told this story before. But, okay, so a very specific story, and then we can get into some stats here. So I wanted to buy Caroline a very specific gift. And I had kind of sourced out what the price of it was. And, there were some discount codes. And I was like, well, I'm going to wait for Black Friday through Cyber Monday. I'm sure they'll have something going on. So it already had like 30% off. This is what it was the week leading up to Black Friday. And I was like, I'll wait. Maybe I'll get 50, maybe
Yeah,
whatever,
Black Friday
right?
starts like at the beginning of November now.
Duh, I know. Now it's not like it used to be.
No.
And for anybody that's worked retail, it's probably better. But
Yeah.
anyhow, so I'm sourcing this out. I'm following it along, and I get the email on Black Friday or whatever, and it's like up to 67% off, and I'm like, this is what I've been waiting for, right? It paid off, So I go in. They gave me an exclusive promo code, and I'm feeling good about it. And I go and I type it in, and my price goes up. It went up. So they changed the initial deal. The initial deal was like, buy 4 of this specific thing. I won't say what it is in
Mhm.
case she listens.
Mhm.
But buy 4 of this specific thing and you get 30% off. Well, now they're giving me 60 whatever, 67% off.
Mhm.
But now it's not buy 4, it's like buy 8.
Oh.
So because I only had 4 in my cart, the price went up. Well, then I add 8 in my cart and the price still is it's still more expensive
Hmm.
than what
Because now
I
you're
wanted to
buying 8.
buy at the 30% off deal. Yeah. So I just bought what I was originally going to buy with the standard 30% off because I wanted the product, but I was also pissed because I was like, this Black Friday is a complete sham. There's no deal whatsoever. They're just telling me it's 67% off, but I know that it's not.
And they're
I'm
really
like,
just
how
encouraging
many?
you to buy more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's BS, and that's what it is. How many times are you like $5 off or $2
Yeah.
off from
Yeah.
free shipping?
Uh-huh.
And you're like, oh, well, I don't want to pay $15 in free shipping. I
Right.
guess I'll
Got to
just buy
add a $20 item.
That's what you got to do. Yeah. So
That's like
I
the
was
Kohl's
like,
cash. I mean, same thing. They got you. They know what they're doing.
they know what they're doing,
Yeah.
and I think it's complete BS. And all
Yeah,
of these
every time
deals
you
I felt
return-
like were a sham.
Oh yeah, it
Every
changes
time you
your Kohl's
return
cash.
something from Amazon, every time you returned Amazon products at Kohl's, they give you like a $5 or $10 off or 10% off in the store
Oh,
for
okay,
that
gotcha.
for that day.
I thought you were going to say because Jane buys stuff from Kohl's, and so the amount of Kohl's cash that you get up front is a certain amount, right? Then if you go and return stuff, it changes that amount of Kohl's cash that you had because now you didn't really spend that much. You know what I mean? So it constantly changes. It's like I really don't even know how much I paid for this anymore.
I can't remember the last time I did anything at Kohl's.
Kohl's.
I
used to be the
only
stores.
use it for returns.
Too fancy for Kohl's clothes.
She did get some good deals on some dog food. It was actually like, I don't know, 20% off or something like that. And
Why
the
is
dogs,
Kohl's selling dog food?
Oh, this
they-
wasn't
they
Kohl's.
sell
Sorry.
everything.
This was like
Oh.
PetSmart or Petco. It's
All right,
Walmart.
okay. Right. So just stuff that you needed though, not even like gifts. You're
Right.
just like, we
sure,
need
sure.
this.
It was on sale.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, might as
Sure.
well. Again, you
Yeah.
know, you're going to use
Yeah,
it. So why not save
Yeah.
$20 or whatever?
All right. Well, then here's the next question, and this leads into some of my stats. And $20 dog food, no big deal. How did you pay for this stuff? Did you
Credit card.
Yeah. Well, you knew
Kohl's
you knew
card.
you knew what I was
Well,
fishing
it is a
for,
credit
right?
card.
Yeah. A credit card in some form or
Right.
another. Typically, I mean, every now and then you might use your debit card, and for me, sometimes it depends on how much the item is. If it's a rinky-dink item, I'll throw it on the debit card. But I also like
I
the
don't use a
credit
debit card at all. I haven't used it in
No.
years because you earn points on the
Yeah.
credit card.
Well, that's 100%. I like the points, and I know you're not supposed to use credit cards just for the points, but it's definitely a bonus. But I also like the protection.
Mhm.
And there's probably some protection through your bank as
Yeah.
well. But if you don't get an item, if it's not delivered, if it's messed up in shipping, you just go tell your credit card company, and
Yeah, you just
it's
call
done.
Amazon. They just refund it and let you
Well,
keep it.
yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
Just write it
Amazon-
off. Yeah, just
Amazon's
write it
pretty
off.
good about that. You don't even know what a write-off is.
Uh-huh.
Well, they do, and they're the ones writing it off. It's a Seinfeld reference there. Okay, so here's some stats on credit card debts for the average household. What do you think that number is? If you had to guess, what do you think the average per
Credit
household
card debt,
credit card debt
20,000.
or balance, their
20
current balance is?
27,000.
It's just under $11,000.
Oh, okay.
So not
Well,
as bad, I guess,
up
as
their
you might
game.
think. Yeah. So $10,951, and that's according to Wallet Hub. But the average consumer holds roughly $6,000 or $7,000. So, however that works out. Now, here's a crazy number: the total U.S. credit card debt. This is according to the Federal Reserve Bank.
1.7 trillion.
Oh, you're pretty close.
Well, did you do the math right now? And-
That I know Duds is our mathematician here, but that'd be pretty good. I mean, you can't even contemplate what that number is.
Well,
can
it probably
you?
had
Right?
AI.
Yeah. How many zeros are in a trillion anyway?
Ooh.
I think there's 9, right? Or
Yeah,
12.
I don't know.
12.
12. That sounds right. Okay. All right. Well, it's $1.23 trillion in overall credit
In
card debt.
credit card debt at like
Yeah.
30% interest.
Just about. And they're like
Well,
27 or
I mean,
something.
probably 27. Now, the Fed did drop their rate just the other day, so we're down to what? Are we down to 3.25, 3.5 or something like that? Now that's the Fed rate,
Oh, okay.
so mortgage rates, credit
Yeah.
card rates, of course, they'll
So
adjust
how
based
much
on
did that go
Fed
down?
rate. Quarter of a point,
Quarter of a point. Oh,
which I think a lot of people were wanting half of a point.
I'm sure.
Markets did not necessarily react kindly, I don't think. There wasn't any like big jump, but it's not like they soared.
Who
Yeah.
Like you
knows what
hope
they
on
do?
a rate drop, you kind of hope that you have a great day
hmm
or even a great week. I don't think that happened.
Yeah. No, I didn't see it.
But I don't know. So I mean that'll help a little bit with that interest rate that people are carrying. Now I have a little bit of credit card debt, but it's all 0%. It's on 0% card or using a promo.
hmm
I do not anything that has a balance I pay off.
Yeah,
or
that's
with
what
a
we do.
with an
We pay
interest
it off
rate.
each month.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. 100%. You can't be
Well, I know Jane works with some people, mostly women, but they're, on average a little older, 50, 60-ish, and it's amazing how little money these people have. And like they have no retirements and stuff hardly, and it's like I don't understand how these people live almost because so we have I don't know if I told you this yet, but Finley, she pretty much broke her other leg.
And this is your kid?
Finley, yes, basically.
You need to clarify that it's a dog
Oh,
for our
sorry.
listeners. They might not know.
Finley, our dog.
We
yes.
know. Yeah. She broke her other leg.
So she had tore her what they call a CCL, which is basically an ACL on a human, but it's a CCL on a dog earlier
Right.
this year.
Yeah, I remember
January.
that.
Super expensive surgery for a dog. Anyways, it's very common for the opposite side to break later on within, they say give or take a year because they're
Yeah.
putting all this extra, strain on this other one for however many months. Well, it broke. It's like a $6,000 surgery.
Oh my gosh.
And she tells these people that, at work basically, and they're like, well, did you like pay off that, the other one from like, January, February? And it's like, yeah, I paid it off the following month. And they're like, they don't understand how it's even possible, because they don't have $6,000 laying around. And then she was telling people, because they don't really understand how expensive is expensive, because that is expensive. And she tells them like 6,000. Like, oh, for both of them? No, that was for one. So
Yeah, most people
so
wouldn't
now
be
you
able
got
to
to do it
afford that.
again.
yeah, gotta like take out a loan or something,
Well, they say, and I might even have this in my stats here, but they say the average person or whatever 2/3 of the country is living paycheck to paycheck.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
has like a less than $1,000 in their bank account, which tells you. And of course, if people are paying out the wazoo on credit card debt and they're just paying the monthly minimum and they've got
Yeah.
11,000 and
Pay
they're
that
not
forever.
even the median household income, and I think I might have this in here, but I think it's roughly like $75,000 nowadays.
So is
That's the
assuming
median
two people?
household. Yeah,
Okay.
2 people.
Okay.
So it's not like it's a huge number.
hmm
I remember.
long
I
was the
remember
surgery,
reading it,
Greg?
at least.
How long is it? Oh, I don't know. Probably 2 hours max, maybe. It's just a huge ordeal, though. I mean, it's invasive, and like there's literally steel plates and screws. I mean, like it's it's just like a humanish almost, except
Well,
there's
they
no
gotta
insurance.
they gotta put her down, and that's what I was gonna say.
Put her under.
Put her under. Well, you never know.
Then
For
you don't have to worry about the
$12,000,
leg.
you might be putting her down. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
But,
most people
yeah.
probably would have to. I don't know how.
Well, so that's the
Well,
thing
that's the
is
thing.
like
Sure.
you don't have to do this surgery. Like it's not like but the thing is the dog would be in some sort of pain and discomfort, and you'd have to give it like pain medication, and it wouldn't be able to like run. So like it wouldn't have the same quality of life. So you kind of
Right.
almost have to some degrry. I mean,
Sure.
or
You could have got him the little wheelchair that he could have put his back legs in.
I said that joking around, and she was like, no.
But to your point, Nilla, these are the things that happen. Like, I think I sent you guys a picture the other day. The windstorm blew off my freaking siding on my
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
And so now I got a company coming out. We're taking a look at it. Am I
always
making an
something.
insurance? Am I making an insurance
Insurance,
claim?
act of God.
I don't
Sorry,
think
we
it's
covered
enough.
that.
Right. Well, I also have hail damage from the last storm.
And
That
those
I
little
didn't,
things up there, and
and the gable vents that has wind damage now.
oh,
Absolutely.
no hail,
And the
So
lights, the lights.
the lights, well, the
Christmas
Christmas
lights.
lights. Well, I don't think insurance is covering that, but now I pay that, so I pay a company and they say like anything happens, we'll be out to fix it.
Okay.
So I called them up and they're like, well,
Anything
we
happens.
don't, so we don't know
I just
when we can
ripped them
get
off.
to you. How long am I not going to have Christmas lights? Cause I paid for this service and
So they're
We'll
not
get to
working?
it after
cheap.
Christmas. Yeah.
No, well, half of them aren't working and the other half are
Mm.
literally hanging
Yeah.
off the roof,
Okay.
So, Bryman, what you
So-
need to do is go get a Grinch inflatable and hang them on the lights.
Yeah,
and
I've
be
seen
like,
that.
Stealing your lights. Yeah.
I have seen that, but the lights aren't on, so
Well,
nobody's
that's
gonna
all
be
right.
able to. They're not gonna be able to see it anyhow. But it's constant. There's something. It's your son's ear tubes. It's your Christmas lights. It's your roof getting
The dog.
blown off. It's a pipe burst. So on and so forth. Your dog needs surgery.
Yeah.
So you have all of these bills that pop up that, of course, you have to save for on top of planning for Christmas, especially when
Mhm.
you got kids. If you don't have kids, maybe it's not as big of a deal, but I feel like when you have kids, you gotta make it memorable. You gotta spend money. You don't have to necessarily spend a lot of money on them,
No.
at least when they're young. But nevertheless. Okay, so here's some other stats. Median essential bills. Now I don't know. I'm assuming that this includes
House,
mortgage and stuff like that. Is
2,500.
nope, 1,058 a month, or 24,695 a year.
Do you
Which
think that
is
includes
third-
rent or your mortgage payment?
That's what he's saying. He
Well, that's-
thinks it does, but
Yeah,
it's
that's what
median.
I'm saying. Median, correct. I thought that seemed low.
I mean, you could get
Because-
an apartment for
Right.
$12,000.
No, right. And a lot of mortgages now, especially with a high interest rate, on an average house is already, that's a minimum
$15,
$2,000.
Maybe 20.
If-
Yeah,
yeah.
almost.
Well, then
close.
you got to throw in insurance. You got to throw
Taxes.
in taxes. So right off the bat, I was like, oh, maybe it doesn't. But if it doesn't include your house, and I
Yeah.
couldn't tell that, then what is that? Obviously, you've got your utilities, maybe car payments, maybe student loans,
Food.
credit card payments. Well, the essential bills, I guess that could be food, fuel,
$2,000 a month for a car.
Yeah. Right. So how much?
2,000.
Yeah. Let's hope not. All right, so here it is. 1 in 4 households are living paycheck to paycheck, where necessities are greater than or equal to 95% of their income.
Wow.
Necessities.
Mhm.
Yeah, what do they consider necessities?
Yeah, see, and
though?
what do individual people consider necessities? Because a lot of people don't have their priorities straight.
Well,
Yeah,
sure.
cigarettes are not a
It's like-
necessity.
No. Well, beer, sometimes
Yeah,
I consider beer a necessity.
All the
It's something like-
streaming services.
Good time to call out my beer. I'm drinking a Black Walnut Wheat,
Oh yeah.
which is really good, by Piney River Brewing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm.
brewed in
Ozark
Bucyrus.
somewhere.
I don't know where this is. Bucyrus, Missouri.
Somewhere
I
in
don't
the Appalachia.
Somewhere out west. Yeah, somewhere out
Well, I
west.
mean, yeah, I don't know. It's good.
That's in the
I like
Ozark
it.
somewhere.
Yeah, Piney River. Anyhow, so right, but cell phone, that's probably a necessity these
Yeah.
days. Home internet, okay,
Yeah.
but like YouTube TV, all the streaming networks, no. So I don't know. I guess that
$180 pair of on cloud shoes.
I don't
Bunch of
even know what that
Lululemon
is.
pants.
I didn't either until
Lululemon
this
pants,
week.
yeah. All right. Household spend, credit card spend, is up 2% year over year. So that's a little bit under inflation, I guess. But it's the most that it's been up since December of last year. I guess no big surprise there, right? And shopping for Christmas in October, via online sites is up over 8% year over year.
People are getting more
people
proactive.
are
Yeah.
Getting started earlier, which in theory, I guess is smart, trying to spread out your
Right.
shopping so you're not getting this huge bill come December.
But is that really
So-
what it actually is, or are they just shopping more online and it's not necessarily really for Christmas?
I mean, what I looked up.
Yeah, how do they
which-
know that's Christmas shopping?
Yeah, that I don't know. It came from Adobe for Business. That's the the source that I have on this.
Mhm.
And it just says shopping the early deals. So I'm assuming that means Christmas, but
It could just be
any
people buying stuff
I mean, it
just
could
'cause they
be,
Right.
right. Yeah.
Necessities. Yeah.
Unless they put in the notes somewhere they're buying it for Christmas, right?
Notes.
Or I don't know. I don't think maybe they request a gift receipt.
Yeah,
And
maybe it was a
yeah,
write-off.
surveys. They
right.
do
It's a write-off.
surveys
That's right. Right,
after
right.
every
It's
single
service.
purchase.
Yeah.
All right.
Reviews.
So here's the Black Friday Cyber Monday specific. So 2025 Cyber Week, as they call it now, and this is online shopping, was $44.2 billion. And that's up 7.7% year over year. And Cyber Monday specifically was $14.25 billion, and that was a record. So there were 202.9 million shoppers, and that's up from what it was last year, which was 197 million shoppers. So more shoppers, strong dollar, give or take, but shoppers are still price sensitive and strategic. Buy now, pay later usage is up. So that's from
I always
the
laugh at
Layaway?
that.
Washington Post.
You can do that on your groceries.
Well, and buy now, pay later. I mean,
Spread your groceries
layaway.
out over 4 payments. Have you seen that?
Sure. Yeah.
No.
Well,
Yeah.
if you buy anything on Amazon, you could get the Amazon card now, and they'll say, they'll give you a link to some other company like Swift or something like, I don't know, and it'll let you do 4 payments. You can, if you buy anything through PayPal, I think they do the same thing. They give you that option. Now, you might have to get their credit card. I don't know how that
So
works.
you're always
Uh,
behind.
How many
Yeah,
people
I
do you
mean,
think
yeah.
actually just do that on every single purchase and they
I
have
don't
no
know.
idea what
You know
all
what the
these
thing is,
charges
and
are?
I think actually this is probably a problem, but I think that a lot of younger people do stuff like that because it's basically about right now. It's not about the future, basically. It's whatever's cheaper right now. So we're talking about that with what was it? Not home loans. Yeah, the 50-year mortgage, right? It
Yeah,
doesn't matter
right.
what it's going to cost them in the future, long run. It's what it costs me now. Can I afford this now? Well, I can now if it's 50-year
Right.
loan, or if
Hey,
this
Yeah.
way here.
great
It
callback,
saves
Nilla.
me
I got to give you
$100 a month.
Yeah, that's right. I got to give you props for that. So for any listeners, if you want to hear our insights on the 50-year mortgage, go pull up our previous
6, what?
podcast. Oh, do you need me to
5?
look it up?
I don't know.
I can totally look it up right now. Let's find out. I've got our website pulled up right now.
Oh, we have a website.
So
Shout out.
yep.
Follow the link above.
www.nfnppod.com. That's again nfnppod.com. And let's see,
You're going to
50-year
break
mortgage.
the internet. You're going to break the
Yeah.
internet with all this advertising.
That's right. That's right. So this was episode 5. I think it's bull hockey was the title. So if you want to go back and hear a little bit about our takeaways on the 50-year mortgage. Okay.
Thank
So,
you, AI.
What about those deals, right? So here's what it says. 2025 so far, I guess, for Cyber Week, peak online discounts were roughly the same as 2024, just a little bit less. So in some key categories like electronics, discounts were 28% off versus 30% off last year. And toys averaged at 27% off versus 28% off last year. So
This is like reverse inflation on the discounts.
yeah, the discounts were down, right? So not a lot, but a little bit.
Inflation's up.
And right, inflation's
discounts are
up.
down.
So I guess that's a pretty good point, Duds,
Mhm.
that the discounts definitely feel less, even though the percentage might be there. But of course, inflation is up. But so they're saying this is still a real deal. It's just not quite as good as maybe we saw last year or even years past. So again, now the question is why? So my thought process was at the time, like, okay, is the economy better? And maybe these retailers aren't hurting. They're not trying to make up from earlier in the year
Right.
as much as they were under President Biden. President Biden, and the economy sucks, and they're like, our whole year is going to hinge on Christmas. Let's blast out these deals and
You think
make
they're
back
actually
some revenue,
okay by
right?
Black Friday? They're not. They're in the black before that.
Right. That's the thing. So maybe they're in the black. They're projecting strong, and they're like, we don't need as deep of discounts. we're still going to hit our numbers. Then I was having this conversation with my father-in-law, and I won't necessarily
let's
say
hear about this heated debate.
Right. It wasn't that heated, but he came right out and said, tariffs. It's all due to the tariffs. So, and that is a thing. So imported good prices are up roughly 4% under President Trump. Now, that's only slightly
Buy
higher.
America.
Well, certainly domestic goods.
We don't make anything.
So here's a really good thing right here. Inflation is roughly 3% year over year right now under President Trump, who hasn't been in office an entire year yet. Under Joe Biden, we know it peaked at 9% year over year. So we had 4 years of way up. Even though it came down, it was still higher than what it is now. So 3% under Trump. He installs these tariffs, imported goods, prices are up 4%. So just negligible. Just 1% higher than the inflation rate. But domestic goods, so again, to your point, Duds, buying American is actually down 1% versus standard inflation, right? So if you're buying American, you're actually getting a better deal.
Well, and
I
a better
think that's
product.
true. And I think based off of what the administration is saying right now about tariff income and possible rebate checks, I think we'd take a 4% increase on imported goods. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm okay
do
with that, I
10% and get
Right.
rid of income tax.
Well, if we ever get to that point, then I'm all in. And President Trump has hinted at that.
I'd
He said it in a
rather
press
fund the
conference,
government
but
that way. Get
I
rid
don't
of
see
all
how
income
that-
tax and just
I don't see how
figure
that's
out the tariffs. That's how they used to do it.
possible. It is how they used to do it, but
Well,
I
there's
mean, our
so
Can be
much-
done
spending is
again.
There's so much money being wasted. I mean, where's Elon at? I mean, come on. I mean, it's definitely possible.
I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see. Not in our lifetime, I wouldn't.
Just
think,
do it.
but Just
Not
do
in our
it, right?
lifetime.
Let's see what happens.
Nike, was that an advertisement?
All right.
Cha-ching.
Other stats. Buy now, pay later will drive $20.2 billion in holiday spend. That means if they didn't have that option, holiday spend would be $20.2 billion less. And that is up 11% year over year. So again,
So that's
more
saving the
people buying.
economy.
Well, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Thank
right. All right. 9.1% under, that was the peak under President Biden, and that was in June of 2022. All right. Sounds all
President
good and dandy.
Autopen. Yeah.
That was
Right,
because of
President
COVID,
Autopen.
though. Just blame it on, that.
Well,
Just write off.
I tell you, COVID.
It was like a 2-year write-off.
4 year.
Yeah, I mean,
4 year.
just about, really.
Yeah. All right. Well, are you making more money? That's the next question, right? Can you spend more because you're making more?
I mean, I'm making
Well-
more, but I'm not making more than the inflation that keeps on rising.
That's correct.
Right.
According to, again, the Fed, the average wage is up roughly 4.1% this year, but it's still below. Well, I mean, I guess that's up. Sorry, so not below. So that's 0.8% over the inflation rate. So your real wage growth is 0.8%.
How about the 4 years previous, though?
Negligible? And right. So that's what I always say.
Still down.
And even in conversations I have about my compensation package at work, I'm like, hey, I don't know that we've ever recovered. So like, okay, now I'm getting cost of living wages again.
The other problem
raises
is
again, but
that inflation rate is really not a good thing to go off of because that's just an average of all these goods.
well,
And
that's true.
What do people really care about that affects them the most? Those things are up way more
Energy.
than 3%.
Yeah. Energy. Yeah.
Well,
Energy is down. Energy is down
auto.
under Trump.
That's like one of the only ones.
Well,
that's
okay,
gone
right.
down.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
food,
that's the
everything is
big
up
one.
way higher than that.
yeah, and that that's a good point. And there are some stats. I don't have them in front of me, but there are some stats about that. So yeah. All right. Let me see before we wrap up this topic. I mentioned the Fed cuts. So that, excuse me, so 3.5 to 3.75. I was off by 0.25%. Jobless rate is 4.4%. So slightly higher than what it was earlier in the year, which was 4.1%. Okay, here's the real median household income. So I undershot it a little bit. It's 83,730, and that's statistically flat versus 2019, which was 83,260. So here's what it says, and this is according to the Census Bureau, is that families are not ahead of what they were pre-COVID.
What did you say it was, Brabin? 83,000?
$30, and that's according to the U.S. government.
Well, they're lying.
Yep, right. Housing eats more cash than last year, so the median monthly owner cost rose to $2,035 in 2024, up from $1,960 in 2023. So that means, of course, people have less money for Christmas spending because throughout the year they're spending, what is that? That's another for $75 on their house every
What does that mean
every
on their,
month.
on their house? Like
This says monthly owner costs, so I'm assuming that
fixes, random
means your mortgage, your uh your taxes, and
taxes?
your insurance. Yeah,
Taxes, shit.
I
I
got
don't
it.
know, more than that.
On your house specifically.
Yeah.
Homes are more expensive, so the median home price is 5 times the median salary. Whereas in 2019, pre-pandemic, it was 4.1 times the median salary, and of course, if you go back into the 70s and 80s,
Yeah.
it's like three times. The average interest rate on credit cards, 22.25% on average.
I thought it'd be higher.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, that's still pretty high.
Well, yeah, I
mean,
just
if-
thought it
if-
was.
I mean, if you do the
25 at
math, I
least.
don't know. Yeah. If you've got, what did I say the average was $10,000, $11,000,
Something like
you're
that, yeah.
paying 22% interest on that every
Yeah.
month.
Right.
Not fun.
So I just looked at Grok says that in 1990 that the average household income was about $30,000. So that's gone up.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Now listen to this though, and I don't know if this is right or not, but okay. So 1990 was a little different. Were two people in a household generally working in 1990?
Let's see.
I mean, it was probably less than what it is now, but
Well, right, but
it
where's
was
that
certainly
stat?
more than 1960.
Well, sure.
1960, you
Well,
only had
no.
to have one.
Right.
Now if you have kids, you almost have to have
Oh,
a
yeah.
second. I mean,
Especially
unless,
if you have at least two kids. If you have two or more, if you have more than two, definitely. If you have two, it's like a borderline.
yeah. I mean, I guess you could be a stay-at-home mom, and there's
So this says
that,
in
but-
1990, 76% of men were working and 57.5% of women.
Sure.
Overall percentage was 65.9. And in 2023, it was down to 68.1% of men and 57.3% of women.
But what's the percentage though of family incomes who were two versus one income?
yeah, that's a good point.
That's what I'm saying.
Dual income
Yeah.
households now versus single income households in 1990. Look that up.
Because that's relative here as far as the median income now versus the median income then. Was that one person at 30,000 and now it's two people at 84 or whatever you said, or 80?
Yeah, let's see. So, okay. Yeah, in 1990, single income was 45%, dual was 53. And in 2023, single was 31% and dual was 66.
So there is a factor there.
That's
Yeah.
a big jump. That's a
Yeah.
big jump. So,
So
a
it's
lot
gone
more
up
dual income
12%.
households. Yeah.
I actually thought it'd be more almost, but
It feels that way.
Yeah.
It feels that way. And so we actually did that. We mathed it out, if you will, trying to figure out, are we going to pay for daycare? Maybe my wife should take a couple years away from work, and she's a teacher, So we tried to math that out. But the big thing was, she could have done it, and we would have certainly saved some money with daycare and other things.
Mhm.
So it was less about the money at the time. It was retirement options, right?
Mhm.
So if she would have taken,
Yeah.
I mean, how many years is that? You gotta wait until our second kid. I don't know what you're talking. You're talking
A lot of math.
9 years, right? Too much math. But 9 years out of the workforce, and then you got to go back in. Well,
Mhm.
now you're not vested. You got to start all over again with that. You got to start going back into the retirement system. You're going to get less money at retirement. You're going
Yeah,
to
you don't
have
have
to work
time on your
until
side
you're
anymore.
older.
Yeah.
Right, 100%. So, that was how we mapped it out. I was like, okay, well, it's going to suck for the next decade when we're paying for all of this
It's
childcare.
suck for the next 10
but
years.
It's gonna suck. I mean, just get over
yeah,
it.
but when you retire, you'll be able to retire early. You'll make more money. Health insurance. You got to keep her health insurance. Those kinds of things. She's
Mhm.
at a good school district now. She's vested.
Yeah, you
And
get
the
into
more
retirement and one medical thing happens, and then
sure. Well,
now you gotta go back to work.
Yeah, sure. You never know.
Well,
You
okay,
never
Until
know.
you're
so
90.
Brightman, your mom didn't work, did she?
No.
My mom
I mean,
didn't really work. I mean,
yeah,
she worked,
yeah.
when I was really young for a couple of years. Did your mom?
Same.
Yeah, she
Same.
pretty much worked the whole time.
She did. Okay, all right. Just
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah. My mom, I mean, she worked up until like I think my brother was born because I went to like daycare and stuff like that, and then she quit. And then every now and then I remember her doing like a side gig,
Yeah,
but not not very
right.
often.
Because they didn't
I
have
mean,
to, but now
no,
you have to.
no, and that was the
Pretty
thing.
much.
My dad was able to put all three of us through
Right.
private school, both
Yeah.
grade school and high school at the time. I mean, you look at our
Well, your
alma
dad made
mater,
pretty
Duds.
decent
I
money,
mean,
I think, in general.
well, yeah. He definitely did. And he was a blue collar union
Yeah.
guy.
Right.
I saw his paycheck, and
Yeah.
relative at the time, he might be making more than I'm making right now.
Probably
you
is.
know, yeah. He was making good money. Now he was working extra hours. He was working
Well,
overtime.
or I was
And
going
if
to say, are you talking about after he was working already there for 30 years,
well,
at that
yeah,
time?
well, not that long.
Well, 20 something,
know,
25.
yeah. And then if he didn't work, he didn't get paid. So like us taking a vacation was a big deal. He didn't get if we took a week vacation, he just had a week where he didn't get a paycheck.
Interesting, really.
Right. They didn't have like vacation days. You just saved up your
Wow.
money and you took off.
Yeah.
So now I get like 6 weeks of vacation a year. I don't even know what to do with it all.
Yeah.
So you remember back in like the early 90s, if you were ever to hear like somebody making $100,000, you'd be like,
Sure.
oh, they're making a lot of money, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So the equivalent of that today is $240,000. Which, if
That's
you
a
think
lot.
about that, that's a lot of money.
I mean, yeah.
100,000 is that much less now.
Right,
It's-
right.
I mean, to me that's crazy because I still feel like that's kind of like the benchmark, and
Right.
it shouldn't be. And it shouldn't be.
Now the
Yeah.
benchmark needs to be $250,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're
Is that
making if you're making 100,000 and your significant
Well,
other's
right,
making 100,000, then you're like, oh, we're doing okay. But really, that was like my dad.
Right. So if your
Back
dad
in the day,
say,
on a
was
single
making
family.
100,000 back in 1990 or 1995, if you are making that today or even 150,000, you're making in real terms less than what he was making.
No,
You know?
I have no doubt. Now, the other thing that I talk about with this stuff, and sometimes Christmas is a good observation of this. We talked about home prices, insurance, taxes, all those things are up. But you know what's down relative to your income? Everything else.
Yeah.
Computers, TVs,
Sure. Yeah.
any air fryers,
But that's all
electronics in general.
technology.
any of that
Right.
stuff. It's all negligible now.
That's
like
all
back,
tech. Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Tech.
I
All
mean,
the tech
yeah,
stuff. It
they're
all
just
follows
pumping.
the technology curve, so
Yeah.
it
So
decreases.
the fact
in-
that we have
in
6
price.
TVs in the house,
Right.
to us,
Yeah.
we're like, well, that's like, okay, whatever. TVs are a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
they're a necessity.
Yeah, well, you're right. But could you imagine? Can you imagine having 6 TVs in the house that you were growing up in? Like when you with us in the 90s? No. Like you maybe had 2. You had one upstairs and one downstairs, like one for your parents, one for the kids.
Yeah.
Maybe, right?
Right.
Like I don't
I can
know.
still remember when I got a TV for my room.
I
Yeah.
remember that. It was
Yeah,
a
me too.
13-inch TV. Tube, a
Yeah.
13-inch tube television.
What, yours or his?
So Mine. I don't
Oh,
know
okay.
about Doug's.
Mine was 19 inches.
Oh, your
hold
family,
on,
your
hold
family
on.
was
It was
dual
actually-
income
Yes.
versus my.
No, hold on,
single
It
hold
was
on.
actually a Black Friday special. I remember going
Oh,
and buying
no.
it on Black Friday.
Look at us coming full
Hold on.
circle,
Yeah.
man.
I had a 25-inch. I bought it myself. It was an open box Best Buy, and it was I think it was a Philips or a Magnavox, same thing basically. 25.
Yeah,
25
wow.
inch.
And what year was that?
Well, I don't know, when we were 16ish, roughly. So
Okay, I
don't
feel
know.
like I got mine somewhere around like 13, 14 going into high school because I remember being able to watch like Seinfeld, which is like
Yeah, I want to
when
say I was
really
like a
started
freshman,
getting
maybe
into
8th grade,
Seinfeld.
freshman year.
Eighth grade, freshman year.
And I
think.
remember that deal came up, and it was $100 for the TV, for a
Well,
19-inch
actually,
TV.
Mine was not too bad. It was an open box, but I think it was like 175 or something, or a little bit less
Yeah,
than 200.
yeah.
But
It didn't have
I
any
remember-
hookups, though. It had the coax hookup, and that was it.
That was it. Right. So you couldn't hook up your gaming system to
But you
it or
could, but it had to go
anything like
through that coax.
that. Oh, well, yeah,
converter.
old school. Right,
Yeah.
right. Old school. Yeah. I remember I bought one of the very
Some of
first
the younger
DVD
listeners are like, "What the hell are they talking about?"
What is a coax? right?
13-inch
A
TV?
coax.
What is that?
right.
Is it the
Is that
back
your
of your
phone?
headrest in your Escalade?
That's a tablet or a cell phone these days,
Mm.
right? Yeah, I bought one of the first DVD players that hit the market.
Probably
and it was a
expensive.
General Electric
Oh, gee, yeah.
GE DVD player, and I think it was $200 or
I was gonna say at
$250.
least probably, yeah.
And I only had enough money for one DVD because I spent all my money, and I bought it was The Arrival.
Buffy.
No, I did buy those. I did buy those eventually, but it was The
X-Files
Arrival with Charlie
series.
Sheen, which was a great movie, and it came with The Arrival 2. So it was a
Ooh,
2-in-1,
creepy.
which The Arrival 2, I think it stalled maybe was Baldwin.
Was it
Did
one
you
of
ever,
those that had the movie on the back of the disc? So you flipped it over and you got the second.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh. Did you ever see or hear how much the first like VHS players were back in the day? They were like insane, like $800 at
Oh,
least.
yeah. I think that you actually like rented them or something. Like you leased
Yeah,
them.
you could go to Best Buy and rent
Yeah.
them. That or Best
Wow.
Buy Blockbuster.
Oh,
Like you'd
okay.
rent them.
Really?
You'd rent them from
Huh.
Blockbuster. Yeah.
I mean, $800
You could
back
rent-
then. I mean, what was that?
You could rent gaming systems for Blockbuster. Did you
Yeah.
know that?
Maybe. That's
you
weird.
You get the Sega Genesis for like 3 days.
For like $25.
7-2 now. Like this is pathetic. And I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Nashville is one of the worst teams in the league. Like
Well, not anymore. It's
we're
us.
losing 7-2.
We're the best at being the worst.
All right. So that brings us to local in the Lou. Let's do local in the Lou, unless you guys have anything else.
We could keep
regarding-
talking about this for hours.
Oh, I'm sure we could. We're 45 minutes in, so that's a pretty solid first segment, if you ask me.
Oh, for sure.
All right, I have a interesting story, and I'm curious if you guys are familiar with this. And it actually happened a while back. So this happened, I think, somewhere around February 6th to May 18th of 2024.
Ugh. Who's
Right.
gonna remember back that far?
Well, you'll remember, I think, but the reason I bring it up is because this guy was just in court, so
Oh,
it's kind of come back around. This was the Florissant police officer that took the phones of his young female women that he pulled over to verify their insurance.
I think I
And
do
then
remember this.
He'd flip through their phone, find nude photos or
They all
videos.
have them
You're
on there.
supposed to have those
I
hidden.
guess so. Yeah. And then he'd either take a picture using his phone or he'd send them to himself
Wow.
on their phone. Yeah.
Who's like just turns their phone over to the cops?
Well, young
Single girls, yeah, don't know.
19-year-old women that aren't sure. Well, and here's the thing. Do you carry an insurance card anymore?
Hmm.
Or it's on your phone. It's on the app, right?
Well, then
So
let them
that's what
take
they
a
would
picture
do.
of my insurance card off my
Well,
phone.
If you were smart, they don't
Hmm.
even need to do that. All they really need to do is see it. Okay, done. But he'd be like, I got to verify this. Let me have the phone.
Right.
It'd be unlocked. He'd take it
Yeah.
back to his patrol car and
He
just
was
sit
taking
back
dick pics
there
with
And
it.
then he
and
probably,
flip them through.
and then he probably shared those pictures somewhere or something like that.
No, 100% he did.
And
He
that's how he got in
shared them with
trouble.
his guy friends and
Well, right.
stuff like that. Well, how he got in trouble is he was an idiot. Obviously. But one of his victims, he texted it to himself. So he
And he
must
didn't
see that
delete
it's
the
better
text?
quality.
Yeah, I didn't delete
Well,
the text, right?
He did delete it. But if you have an iPhone, I don't know about an Android, you can go in and look at the deleted text. So unless you've actually
Really?
deleted your deleted text, you can go in and look at your deleted text.
Well,
it's
I
kind
don't
of
think
like
there's an option on
it's
the
like
Android for
putting
that.
something. I don't know.
well,
It's like
I'm
putting
not
something in
positive,
the
but there is, like, if you delete a picture, it's in your trash, then you have to go in your trash
Right.
and delete it out of there.
Exactly. So it's like putting something in your recycling bin on your computer, but you don't
Yeah.
empty your recycling bin.
Yeah.
And so one of his victims saw that it had been texted to a strange number, and at some point was able to trace it back to this police officer, and he got
Bum,
busted.
bum, bum.
Yeah. So he's 30 years old, at least now. I'm gonna call out his name because F this guy, right? So he was a former
Was he
Florissant
charged?
police
Or like,
officer. Yes, I'll get to all that. So Julian, I don't know how to pronounce it. Alcala, 30 years old, and he pleaded guilty to 20, count them 20 federal counts of depriving women of their rights under color of law. So that is it. So
color loss.
yeah, well, I don't know.
Color of law.
Color of law is what
Blue?
it says.
What is
yes.
that?
Yeah, maybe. Nude. So while in uniform and on duty, he stopped at least 20 women, seized their phones, even though it may have been given to him, but nonetheless, and he searched them for nude images and videos.
And
He
always
told
found them.
Yep, he told 19 victims. You're right. He probably did. He did all 19 victims. Maybe he did it to other
That's true.
women, but
Yeah.
there were the 19 victims had stuff on their phones. In some stops, he photographed images with his own phones. Other ones, he texted them to himself. All right, so he pleaded guilty to 20 misdemeanor counts, but each count is up to 1 year in jail. So in theory, he could.
That sounds fair.
I mean, that's 20 years of your life. I mean, that's
not my life.
a lot. Well, it's not your life. That's right.
I didn't do it.
All right. Also, a $100,000 fine. So that's what? That's $2 million.
Oh, each one.
Yeah.
Whew. That's
so
how much?
And he'll
How much
serve
was it?
4
$2
years.
million in total. So 100,000
okay.
for each fine.
Up to.
How do they come up with that number?
I think that's the standard, like the max of what it could be for this.
That's the
charge.
standard.
Did you vote on that?
All right. So here's the deal, though. Prosecutors agreed that they would recommend less than
Maximum.
or equivalent to 3 years in jail. 3 years in jail. Yeah.
3 years instead of 20. Wow.
Instead of
If then
20. I
kill
mean,
him.
to me,
Castrate him.
well, you never know what's going to happen in jail. Anything can happen in jail. Once you're there.
You mean he might turn gay?
I don't know. Well, he was a cop. He was a cop too. I don't think they really take too kindly to cops in jail.
That's true.
So
It's true.
you
I'm
don't
going to
wanna go
remain
jail if you're a
silent
cop.
on this topic, but yes, it would not bode well for him, I would think. Segue here. Is it the lead singer of My Chemical Romance, or he just died in jail? Look, punch that into Grok real quick, Duds. The lead
Who
singer
just died in jail?
I'm pretty sure it was My Chemical Romance, or it was another. No, maybe not My Chemical
If you're going
Romance.
to Google
they seem
that,
too big.
you're going to have to add somebody famous, not just anybody who died in jail.
He was
Ian
a sexual
Watkins,
predator.
former lead singer of Lost Prophets.
Lost Prophets. That's what it was. Lost Prophets. Yeah. No, I was like, My Chemical Romance is too big.
What did he
But
die
Lost
from?
Prophets, they killed him because he was a pedophile.
Stabbed in the neck.
Oh, he
Yeah.
was.
He was a
Okay, well, that does sound
pedophile.
familiar.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I think their music went up on Spotify after
He
his
did it
death.
to promote the music.
Hey, okay, we're going to
Talk about
sacrifice
dedication.
here. One of us three. I mean, I don't know. Got to boost, ratings.
yeah.
Not it.
Yeah. But anyhow, I mean, even if he gets sentenced to 3 years, that's still a long time.
Yeah, give him 3. Give him 3.
Now, of
He needs
course-
to be taught a lesson.
He's also being sued by the victims. The Florissant Police Department is being sued by the victims.
See, I don't see how that happens though, because it's like, I mean, I know he works for them technically, and
Right,
he's, but
right.
like, it wasn't. They couldn't have prevented it.
Well, in theory, they could have put another police officer. They could have put him in tandem instead of
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I don't know
solo.
about that.
I don't
Did
know.
them-
It's just
did
I'm
the
off the
cops-
cuff here.
did the cops not have body cams at the time?
But yeah, but they usually don't get activated unless something.
Or they don't?
Going
I don't know. I'm
on.
not sure how that works.
Yeah, they get it. So if he's just sitting in his car, it might not be on. I don't know.
Yeah.
Here's something else that's interesting though. Before we move on, a Missouri State Highway Patrol officer, Trooper David McKnight, used similar tactics on 9 women. His case is completely unrelated, but is also being in the process of being prosecuted. But now people are like, we don't trust the police because this is
That's
two,
why
it's two
I think the
instances.
penalty needs to be very stiff, is because when
People
you're
worry.
in
Well,
law enforcement,
So that's
you
what
have
they're
to be
saying.
held to
They got
the
to make
highest
it
bar.
make an example out of this guy to try and earn some of that trust back.
Because this isn't like anything that is him making a judgment call on his own safety and those kinds of situations. This is completely undermining the whole system by doing
Yeah.
stuff like this.
Taking
right.
advantage of innocent people who are
Right.
just afraid of
And
the
if
situation.
you're-
Okay, yeah.
Somebody in power, you can't do that, and they need to be set an example of.
All right.
So what's
Our
going on here?
listeners asked,
Did
and
they?
I delivered. That's right. Now that I'm back in
Is
my
this the
studio,
wheel?
Can I
not on the
spin it?
road, this is the
Oh, it's not
wheel. I
working.
told you.
I don't see
would
anything. It's just
actually-
a black screen.
Oh, mine shows it.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, it's here. It's here.
I'm not seeing
So
anything.
I've got some different topics on here. I've got TV news, and some information about the Netflix deal. I've got food news that's related to St. Louis Blues. I've got some music news. I've got some religious news, and I also have geopolitics. So I don't know. Are you guys really hoping for something here?
I'm open for anything.
All right. Some of these date all the way back to our first episode. I've never taken them off.
Oh, wow.
So yeah. So all right.
Won't they be an
let's see what
old topic then?
Yeah, I tried to update them a little bit with maybe something else that was parallel to that topic.
Just tangent
but
the conversation.
That's right. That's right. Let's
Religious
see.
news. I don't know what that means.
Look, we even have the NFNP logo right in the middle.
I can't look. Nothing's showing up.
I don't
All right.
understand that. TV news, Netflix.
TV news.
Pluto.
So Pluribus. All right.
Does it
so
say
I'm gonna
Alien
stop-
Earth?
I'm still trying to
yeah.
I'm still trying to finish Better Call Saul. I think I'm like 3 episodes into the last season. And I'm
All
definitely
right, you're getting
watching
there.
episodes I haven't seen before. So I think I did finish the 5th season,
Right.
but I rewatched
Well,
it and I'm
Well,
got
and you
all
almost
caught back
need
up.
to. You almost
Yeah.
need to. And
It had been so long.
Yeah. And
It's
season
getting
6
good
is
though.
by far the best
Just
one. Maybe there's some cameos in there.
Don't ruin it for me.
I'm not ruining anything. What are you talking about? Just
Duds, do you watch Stranger
cameos.
Things?
That could mean anything.
I watched all the other ones.
Okay,
I haven't
just
watched
curious.
this one.
4 right
Yeah.
now episodes out.
Yeah.
Is it all right?
So that's
Yeah.
part of my thing. So let's see, 59.6 million viewers in 5 days. And so yeah, those four episodes drops November 26th, and part 2 will drop 3 episodes on Christmas, and then the finale drops on December 31st.
Okay.
So what is
So
it? 8 episodes?
Yeah.
Yes, 8 episodes. The last episode of part 1 was about an hour and a half.
Yep.
And then the last 2 episodes, I think, of
Hour
part
and
2
15 or something? Or
No, I think they're
Oh,
close
part
to 2
2?
hours. Part
Oh.
2. And then
Wow.
the final episode, I think, is like 2.5 hours long.
What?
Yeah.
It's like
Why
a
couldn't they
movie.
split it
That's
up
like
into
an
more-
It's
extended
like a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a movie. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm excited for part 2. Part 1,
No.
well,
maybe
it
we
was
can't talk about
okay.
too
I
much.
mean, yeah, I'm not no spoilers.
Yeah.
Again, don't want to ruin that.
I'll
for our
probably
listeners.
wait till part
but-
2 comes out and everybody watches it and tell me if the
Right.
ending's good,
Right.
or else I'm not
Yeah.
gonna watch
Well,
it.
the ending of part 1 was good, but I thought a little predictable. I felt like even though like the drama and the action was all cool, but like I kind of saw it coming.
So I
and
heard
thought
this.
the build up was a little slow.
I heard this. Don't know if it's true, and it's kind of crazy if it is. But I had heard that like 6-ish people, and I don't know if these are like Maine or whatever they are, people might die in this second
They
you
said
know,
people are going to die.
I was like
so-
6. That's like everybody.
They're all gonna die.
I don't know.
Are there new characters, or is it mainly the same
6.
people? Isn't it 7?
No, 6.
6, 7, 6, 7.
Oh man, no. No, I don't think there's any new characters, are there?
New. The daughter or the sister, she plays a more prominent role.
Oh, well,
she-
actually,
yeah.
that one girl, yeah.
Yeah, and they recast her, so this is kind of interesting, which
It's a
is
different
fine. 'cause
person?
Yeah, but you wouldn't know because it's not like she's a main
Nobody paid
character, and of
attention to
course she grows up a little bit, so like fine.
Well, yeah, she's
But
like 20 now.
Yeah, the
In, like,
Duffer
4 years?
brothers. The Duffer brothers saw her in. I'm trying to remember what movie it was. It was a horror movie, and they were like, "She did such a good job. We need her for Stranger Things."
So
and
they
she does a
kicked the other
she
girl
does a
out?
pretty good job.
She
They
No,
died.
gave her the
she probably
boot?
just aged out. Probably
Oh.
that's the other thing. Like the total year, it's only supposed to be like 3 years, and how many years has it been in real life? Like they went. I mean, it's been like 10 years. I
10?
don't even know.
Yeah, maybe 10.
I mean, these guys are in their 20s.
Yeah, they're having kids.
They're playing
Yeah.
15-year-olds. I'm like, oh,
This is
I
not
don't
believable.
know.
It needs to be
Yeah.
over.
Yeah,
They all need to die.
So we're getting there. We're getting there, but okay. Oh no, here it is. The finale is 2 hours and 5 minutes long, and it will be in theaters as well.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So how about that? How about
Mhm.
that? Okay.
What was the wheel?
What do you mean?
Oh, is this along those lines?
Yeah, it was TV news. So
Oh, that
I
was
had-
it.
Yeah,
I just
well,
thought we were
We're
talking about
doing
because
the
I
wheel.
asked Duds.
I have some other shows to talk about, but Stranger Things was one of them.
Okay.
Pluribus, and Duds pulled in Better Call Saul. But we watched the new episode of Pluribus the other night. Also really good. They're calling it a breakout show. It's already been renewed for season 2,
Ooh,
Did you
Fallout's
hear?
coming out.
and it's got 98% from
Did you watch that?
critics.
Yeah, I watched. Is this just the
First-
second
This is the
season?
second. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the
You're
first
take-
season. It was
You're
good.
taking all my thunder. So Fallout season
What about
2.
Silo?
for
Is
me-
Silo on there?
No, I don't have Silo on here. I've only watched the first episode of Silo. I haven't gotten into it
I
yet.
didn't watch that.
But I am
was good.
pumped for Fallout. Fallout is a great video game adaptation. I didn't really play the game. I
didn't really
tried.
either, but-
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, go back to
couldn't get into
Pluribus. Did you hear the
Yes.
story about the woman? I think it was like over in the
Yes.
UK.
I was going to bring it
was
up.
on her TV or on her refrigerator.
Her refrigerator. She had a
The ad that
Samsung
came up,
smart
yeah.
refrigerator, and I've seen these ads, and it just says, I'm trying to remember
Something,
exactly. what
sorry,
it is.
Carol, or
Right?
something.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Carol. Like we didn't
we're
mean to upset
sorry,
you,
yeah.
or right, something like that. So this lady I think she was in London. She's schizophrenic, and she doesn't know anything about the show.
Me neither.
Thanks
And
the
but-
her
refrigerator's talking
name
to
is
her.
Carol. Her name is Carol, so she thought the refrigerator was talking to her, and it sent her into a schizophrenic episode. She had to be hospitalized.
Wow.
Yeah, her family had to fly
Is
in.
she
from all
suing
over the
somebody?
world. Not yet.
She doesn't know what's going on.
No, yeah, she doesn't know what's going on.
Just tell her it was
She
a dream.
She thinks the world's out to get her.
Yeah, maybe.
But it was cool marketing. I kind of like the marketing.
Except I don't like the idea of having advertisements on my refrigerator.
Well, then
You
don't
have to
buy
pay
a smart
extra.
refrigerator.
You got to pay extra
Right.
for no
Yeah.
commercials.
Right.
Yeah.
You have a monthly subscription for your
Monthly
refrigerator,
subscription for
To
your
not have,
refrigerator.
yeah.
or else
Oh,
it's just
man.
going to turn the
Unbelievable.
cooling off and it's going to heat all your food up.
No, it'll start telling you, oh, you need this product because you're low on it in your refrigerator. Trying to like market
just
like
auto
some
buy
brand.
'em. Yeah.
Well, Fallout comes out December 17th, so I think that's next
Okay.
Wednesday, maybe.
So it's the
Uh,
11th.
Yeah, yeah. So today's the 11th. So I
That
am
one's been a
pumped for
long
that
time
one.
too, right? Waiting on that
Mm.
one.
We're probably at like 15 months
years
at
or-
least,
oh.
18 months. I
Yeah,
think.
maybe.
Well, maybe like
I
18
don't know.
months. To
Maybe,
2
maybe.
years, yeah.
So,
Okay.
so Fallout's really good, but you got to rewatch. You got to watch Silo because I actually thought that one was probably better.
I have no idea what
Yeah.
it's about.
It's
kind
kind
of
of
the
like
same.
Oh, really?
well,
Okay.
it's like a
Sorta.
lot of these shit, like Lost, maybe,
Yeah.
or
They're in a
they're
silo.
they're in a
like
silo
underground.
underground. They don't know
Oh,
what
okay.
happened to the world above.
All right. Huh.
There's
Depending
some
on what level you were on,
conspiracy.
there's different people working at
Oh,
different
no,
levels.
that's very similar. Then that's weird.
Yeah. If you ask to leave the silo, they have to let you leave, and then they
Hmm.
show everybody that leaves dies, but Do they? Do they? I think that's where I
Anybody
left off
watch?
after episode 1.
I haven't seen it, but the previews look good. I've heard Landman.
Yeah, that's another one I've heard to
Well,
watch.
yeah, I've heard season 2 just came out, I think. Demi Moore and John Hamm, right? St. Louis's own?
John Hamm. Yeah. I think
John
so.
Hamm. That's right.
But isn't
So,
Landman also?
Billy Bob.
Yeah.
Billy Bob.
Isn't Landman exactly like another show too, almost?
Well, is Billy Bob in Landman?
Yeah, so maybe
I'm mixing them up.
Well,
What
no,
is that?
Demi Moore's in Landman.
Is
She's
John
on this-
Hamm? Is John Hamm in Landman?
I don't know. I haven't watched it.
Well, me either.
Yeah.
If he's not
Are
in
you thinking about
Landman,
Mad
then
Men?
he's in another one that's similar. No, not Mad Men. He's also in the morning show, which Caroline and I watch. I think we got like an episode to go in the
Let's
morning
ask
show.
Grok.
All right. While you're looking that up, anybody watch Alien Earth?
No.
So this was pretty good, and this just got renewed for season 2. So I
Oh,
kind of
he
got
is in-
excited.
He
for
is
this
in
one.
Landman.
Oh,
He is in Landman. Okay.
What is
Well,
the
Alien
other
Earth-
show that's like Landman? I mean, it's big. It's out there.
I
Same
think
time.
it's an oil show, right? Yeah.
Right,
oil
exactly.
show. Yeah.
Well, let's see.
Let's see, Duds. What has Grok got for us?
Shows similar to Landman. Yellowstone,
no.
Tulsa King,
No,
Mayor of Kingstown.
not the one I'm thinking of.
Fargo.
But people,
What?
no,
This is also
Maybe
a new show, like within the last 2-ish probably years, give or take. Same
I
as
thought
Landman.
so.
I don't know.
Grok is
Maybe
not very good. I
Grok
don't know.
has
Maybe
been
not.
stumped.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Fargo, Alien Earth is by the same guy that does Fargo, Noah Hawley. So those Fargo, if you go back and watch those are great. Those TV shows. It's an anthology, so each one is different, but really good. Alien Earth is about the Alien movies, right?
Is that the meme with the crazy haired guy?
And it's Ancient Aliens.
No, no. This is Alien. You know the Xenomorph, Alien versus Predator,
Okay.
all of that. So only
it's
this
that
time,
universe?
yes, that universe. But now the aliens are on Earth, and it's
Ooh.
kind of like
Is
what
that a
happened.
multiverse? What is
Oh.
that?
No,
Okay, you should just
no,
said Alien. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Alien
the,
Earth.
the title of the show is Alien Earth.
Okay.
So it's on FX.
That makes much more sense.
And Hulu, FX, Hulu, Disney. But if you're kind of into that, I recommend it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So that just got renewed for season 2.
Well, how many? What do you give it the popcorn meter? Like 100%,
What does
98?
Rotten Tomatoes say?
Well, this just says strong critic scores. And it
No, I
wrapped
want your
September.
score. I don't
Oh.
care what they say.
I'd give it a solid B plus. Like
Okay.
it definitely held my interest. It has great action. You know,
So you give it like
special
a
effects are good.
91%,
Yeah.
91,
Yeah.
92.
Yeah, exactly. That would be my score. Like definitely. Like, and actually, I was kind of
It was
pumped
an
for this
A-,
one.
I thought.
I went back and watched all of the old Alien movies in order, to try and
It's like
get
5 of them?
familiar
All
with
of them?
everything.
Even the ones
All
with
of them.
Predator?
No, not the Alien vs
Oh.
Predator ones. Because those I don't know that those are considered canon or not. I wouldn't think so. But like the original Alien, tough to watch.
Really?
it's
Old now.
I think that's the best one.
No,
It was
Alien
then.
is definitely the best one. The second one is the best one. At least
Actually, I like 'em
before
both, I think.
some of the new ones. Alien was it? Then there was the third one. Shit, it was terrible.
Yeah,
and
that was
then
the worst.
fourth. Yeah, I'd have to look them up. The fourth
Usually
one
they are.
also terrible. The only good one of the originals was Aliens.
No, I think the
Uh,
first one was good. That one had Bill
well,
Paxton in it.
No,
There's an
that's the
automatic
second
remake.
one. That's Aliens with Bill
I
Paxton.
thought that was the first
Nope.
one. Are you
No,
sure?
I'm sure. The first one had they were all no names. And then
Really?
Sigourney Weaver is the survivor, and then she's the
Yeah.
one that got popular. And there may have been one famous person in it, but like you wouldn't know him. Maybe
Right.
back in the 70s somebody knew him, but to this day you'd be like, I don't know who that is.
Let's see who was an alien.
Yeah, look up all the aliens. So then there was Prometheus. I remember watching that when that came out, which was real good. And then there was another one, and then they just came out with I don't remember what it's called, but it was also really good. So, but I
So
recommend Alien.
Sigourney Weaver
Resurgence?
was relatively unknown before Alien.
I know. I just said that.
What?
What year was that?
You're like
D6.
Oh,
9.
that old? Wow. Okay.
79. Okay. I was close.
All right. Was the movie
It's
called possibly
impressive.
Brightman Resurgence or something like that?
Look
Or
up,
no?
ask for a list
There
of
was
all
an
the Alien
Alien
movies, Brett.
Resurgence. Yeah, there was an
Oh.
Alien Resurgence.
I
Yeah.
haven't even seen it. Don't even watch Alien, but I somehow knew that one. I don't know.
Well, anyhow, if you're kind of into the Alien thing, watch Alien Earth.
I am into Alien
right.
because I want to know, are they out there?
All right, one more plug for a TV show, and this is I guess I would call it a miniseries or a limited television
Mhm.
event. It's on Netflix. Death by Lightning. Have you guys heard of this one?
Maybe people got struck by lightning multiple times. Maybe.
Nope.
No.
It's a true story, historical fact, and it's all about the assassination of President Garfield, which
I think
is our
I've heard about
20th
this.
president, which is, not an assassination we all know about. Now, I'm a little bit more interested because I just read a book, and I think I have it up right here, Confronting the Presidents, by Bill O'Reilly and Martin DeGard. I got that book for Christmas last year, read it, and of course, learned all the stuff about the presidents, including Garfield. But it's a very interesting story, and it stars Michael Shannon, who you would know. He was in Superman, the new ones with Henry Cavill. He's been in a lot of stuff. You would definitely recognize him. Matthew McFadden or McFadden, I think is how you say his name.
Mhm.
Also, you would definitely he was in not Billions, but the other one, the TV one, the TV
That name
Empire
sounds
one.
familiar.
It was really good, really good. Anyhow, check it out. It's only 4 episodes.
Succession,
Historical
that one?
fact. Succession. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Succession. Yep. And the acting's great. The historical, portrayals are fantastic. So I'd recommend that one.
Hmm.
But speaking of Netflix, and this is the big news, and that's the Netflix Warner Brothers buyout.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Now HBO is going to be on Netflix.
so that's the thing. So they purchased Warner Brothers film and TV studio, plus HBO and HBO Max streaming. The deal is valued somewhere between $72 and $83 billion, mostly cash plus some Netflix stock. So it's still pending government approvals. But now I'm hearing that Paramount is trying to go in, Paramount Discovery, and do a hostile takeover. Yeah, because they say that they actually offered more money.
What are they going to take over? Netflix?
They want all of it. Well, no,
They want it
No.
all.
they want WB, film, TV studios, HBO Max, plus all of the TV channels, which include like TNT Sports and HGTV, maybe, I don't know, some other random CNN.
What's that valued at? Same.
$5.
Yeah, right. Not much. I think they said it was valued at $1 per share.
$1 per viewer.
So the shares were trading at like $30 or something. So $1 of that $30 is CNN and all the TV shows. The rest of it is all TV,
Wow.
movies, and
Hmm.
HBO.
Yeah.
And of course, what Netflix is after is Game of Thrones, the DC universe,
Mhm.
The Sopranos.
Yeah,
right?
HBO Max is pretty good. I mean, it's got a
It
lot
is
of good
pretty
shows
good.
on it.
And so
Got
they could take
Entourage.
the Entourage. They could take all of those shows that HBO owns.
I think they have
not only
Band of
put 'em-
Brothers,
Put
Pacific.
put them all into Netflix. So now it has more value for Netflix. They could get rid of HBO eventually altogether, and HBO Max. It all becomes one. But then the big thing is they could start making Superman, Batman movies.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
can
yeah,
start making
Netflix has like the biggest production studio in the world, I think.
Right. And then you add the WB on top of that. So the big thing was that the reason that WB picked Netflix over Paramount, because apparently Paramount offered more money, is that Netflix put in a $5 billion like clause. Basically, like if the deal doesn't go through or they
Mhm.
back out, they owe them $5 billion
Wow.
automatically, which I guess is unheard of. Just like, oh, deal goes through. Here's $5 billion for nothing. So they're so confident that this deal is going to go through, they put up that $5 billion. So I don't know.
So
no,
Netflix would pay that?
they'd pay that to Warner Brothers, correct?
Wow.
Yeah. So pretty great. Harry Potter,
Oh yeah.
That's another big one. So a lot
So
of
I wonder what's going to happen because we have Hulu, HBO, and Disney. It's like a bundle, and we have
Well,
Netflix.
Hulu's going away.
Sure.
So that's going to get absorbed by Disney.
That's going away. Okay,
That's going
I didn't know
away.
that.
Yeah. So Hulu will no longer be a streaming app. Now you might still have
So
to
everything
opt
will be
into
on Disney then.
It will be on and it's already on Disney. If you go to Disney, you can watch most of the Hulu shows and live sports and stuff like that. Now I don't know if they'll still make you pay for the service.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Or the other one will go up.
Disney. Well, right.
Disney
right.
Apple,
And
the price will go up.
And Netflix could do the same. In theory, they could integrate HBO and then say, well, we're going to raise our rates $3 because look at all this new programming you're getting, which in theory would still be a win.
Sure.
Instead of having to pay separate for HBO, now I'm paying just a little bit more for Netflix, but I'm getting.
How much is HBO by itself?
I don't know if you can get it by itself.
I think I pay at least $10 a month. It's probably more than that.
I want to say that Hulu, Disney, and HBO is like $33 a month that we're paying.
So about 10 or $11, give or take.
But if they lose HBO, then and it's just Hulu and Disney, that's worth like $15 a month at max.
My bundle is Disney, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, which I do primarily for the Blues game because I use my VPN, so I can watch the Blues game.
They should give you some money back then.
I know.
Don't
tell anybody.
Don't tell the government.
Anyhow. All right. What else do you guys got? I got a couple of other just random stories, but you guys go first. Anything you guys want?
I wanted to know what the religion news was out of curiosity. Can we talk about that or no?
Nope. We gotta wait.
Okay.
I think we gotta wait.
So I want to just take a guess of what it could have been then maybe, and I'm just going to talk about
let's do it. If you get it right, then we got to do it.
Well, and you would know about this because it has to do with soccer. No?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Pride month during.
All right.
Is that it or no?
No, that's not what the religious news was. But it's a very interesting story. So the World Cup draw, and maybe we'll talk about that in a future episode. But Seattle, right? They had already designated this particular game on this particular day, the Pride night, and it ended up being Egypt versus Iran.
And what do they do?
I'm pretty sure they stoned them to death, don't they?
I think they jail them or
throw them off
something.
a building. It's against the law, though.
Basically,
right. It's definitely against the law.
So I'm interested to see how the fans,
what do they
fans
do?
approach this game.
Well, are the fans going to be from Egypt and Iran? I mean, but
maybe some Egypt. How many Iranians are coming? They're not coming to the U.S. If that game was in Qatar,
sure,
like the last World Cup, then they might go,
right?
But they're not only can they not afford to come here, but I don't think their government
after we bomb their nuclear factory.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, they might want to come here and claim asylum. Maybe they're gay, and they're like, "Oh, we're just going to see the World Cup." Yeah. Right.
I don't even know what that means.
All right. Well, good one. But at some point, I do want to talk about the World Cup draw.
No, that's enough for me. I'm out.
That's a whole nother episode.
That's all I knew about soccer. Just that one thing.
What else do you guys got?
Oh, I thought maybe you had some earlier. No.
I got a couple more things.
No,
I want to give you guys time. I know that I do most of the agenda. So
no, I'll just react. What do you got?
All right. Did you hear about the plane that landed on the car on the Florida highway?
Yeah, I saw
an emergency landing. Oh my God!
Wow.
Talk about bad luck. You're just driving along, like headed home from work, and a freaking plane lands on your car.
Guys are parking your trunk.
I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. Now, luckily, I think everybody's going to be okay. But he did have to go to the hospital, but he didn't even know the plane was coming. It just landed on his. No chance about it. No.
It's just the plane got lucky too. I don't even think it flipped over or anything. It kind of really stopped.
Yeah, I mean, maybe props,
I don't think anybody,
props to the pilot.
Nobody died, right? Everybody survived.
No, nobody died. The guy in the car had to go to the hospital.
There's video, or
yeah, it was a smaller plane. It was probably only like. Yeah.
Well, yeah. It was like a
6-seater.
Cessna.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Cessna. The only small plane I know.
Right, pretty much.
Must have had a little.
Cessna,
must have had some turbulence.
Yeah, something.
Some
man. I
some
don't know.
malfunctions.
All
Oh,
right, here's a
Well, speaking of planes, did you see the video I just saw today where the guy was jumping out in a parachute and the parachute got caught on the tail of the plane?
no.
Yeah, there was like 20 people parachuting out of this plane, and he was
Wow.
the first one out. And I guess it was his reserve chute opened up or
Oh.
was hanging off of him, and
Huh.
it pulled him off the plane, and it got caught on the tail fin, and he was hanging there, and I guess he had to cut himself loose,
That's what I was gonna
Oh.
say. Yeah, yeah.
cut his reserve chute off. Everybody bailed out of the plane because they thought the plane was going to crash, and the
Oh, wow.
pilot was calling for a mayday, but then I guess he got it under control, got it close enough, and he ended up landing it. And the guy that cut himself loose just had some minor injuries, but he was hanging there
Huh.
for a while.
He was
flying
still
down
on
this
it.
plane.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
for a while.
Huh.
He
That's
cut himself
crazy.
loose and then just parachuted down. But
No
Right.
good.
Okay.
I don't know. I have no interest to go skydiving.
not after seeing something like that.
I was gonna say, like, I think it sounds cool, but I think that, like, at the time when you're up there, first of all, I'm be like freaking out. You're gonna have to like push me out, like literally kick me, like a cat trying to put it in like in a bathtub or something. You know, like no.
Yeah,
I don't know.
be kind of wild. Just too many bad experience, like hearing of people
But
having bad
then again,
experiences.
there's these people who are like professional skydivers who do it like all the time, and like nothing ever happens hardly. You know what I mean?
I mean that's true. You know, I read the stat the other day because my parents, they went on vacation. My mom hates to fly. She will do it now, but she still hates it. And I'm like, Mom, the stats are that you would have to
safer
fly.
than driving.
Well, of course, it's not even close. You'd have to fly every single day of your life for 29,000 years before you were
10,000?
correct. Before you were statistically like due for an accident.
That equals
Now-
1 day of driving.
Right. And that's probably true. You know,
Yeah.
like, you know, it's crazy.
We think
But-
nothing about that.
Right. I know. Because
Yeah,
you're
no,
in
there's
control.
like a million
so
cars out on the road, and people
Hopefully
are
you're in control.
assholes.
well, you're in
right.
control until a plane lands on top of your car.
Right, exactly.
You know.
Hmm.
But I say tell that to the people that were in a plane crash. They
Well, you
obviously
can't.
didn't fly for every
Oh,
day
well,
of their
then-
life for 29,000 years,
Can't
and they
tell them.
still died. You know. Well, right. So anyhow, all right, I got 2 callback stories to wrap it up here. So this is kind of interesting. So did you hear about the Louvre?
Mm,
Oh
Not again.
man, not again, right?
What-
So they had like a pipe burst or something like that.
Oh, that sounds like the
and-
start of a heist.
I know, right? 400, I think, hundreds of works of art damaged by flooding in the Louvre.
Wow.
They just can't catch a break, man.
They better have good
I think
insurance.
they should probably just shut it down and send all those
I bet you
paintings
they do
somewhere
have
else.
good insurance, but
I don't even know how you
right.
insure some of that stuff, though. I mean, like, it's
Move-
irreplaceable.
well, we talked about
Priceless.
this. We talked about this. Call
You can just
back.
have AI created again.
Yeah.
Well, these were Egyptian antiquities, so you'd have to get like an AI 3D
From ancient
printer.
Persia.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. So not
It
good.
actually builds
some
it
of the
out of
mummies?
sand.
mummies?
We'll just
They
have
have
to
any
move
mummies in there?
everything. I don't know about that. They just said Egyptian antiquities.
I like
They
the
said no
antiquities word.
major pieces of art. So I guess nothing of it.
This is all old.
Well, so of course it's old, right? Yeah, and Egypt antiquities circa 2022 in the Louvre. I don't think
They
so.
were replicas.
Right. Right. Yeah. All right. And the last callback. So sports betting has now gone live in the state of Missouri. Did
Is
you
that
guys
December
sign
1st?
up? December 1st.
No, but I probably a dozen
Mhm.
mail
Yeah,
solicitations.
I got a couple.
You
Yeah,
want to know how many people were signed up on day one?
got to be a million.
Nope, not that many.
50,000.
250,000, which is 6.5% of the entire population of Missouri.
That's pretty big on day one.
That on
Bunch
day
of
one. That's
compulsive
exactly it.
gamblers.
I
Bunch of
wonder what it-
degenerates.
what
No,
is.
it was
They
that
were-
free money that they advertised they give you, $300,
That's how they get
But-
you.
It's $5 here, $5 there, so they get you hooked.
Right.
You know, and I think we've already talked about how much sports
We
betting. I
know the
think is
sports
a
are
scam.
all corrupt. Yeah.
Right. Right. So
It's like the
I don't
government.
necessarily recommend it. Maybe
Well,
on very
so
rare occasions, but
This will be a kickback too, Brightman. Did you see the game? Who was it playing? I can't remember. But they were
The
down
college
by
game?
10.
the guy that
They were
ran out of
down by
bounds on
10.
purpose.
No. They were down by 10. And then
Okay.
there was like 4 seconds left, and the referees called a penalty. and then the team that was down by 10 sent their field goal kicker out to kick a field goal, put them down by 7, and the point spread was 8.5.
Covered the spread. Right, right.
Yeah.
Because of
So
the
they
penalty.
were investigating that. Yeah.
Sure. Well, there was a college game where there was this perfect pass. Same kind of a deal. They were down by a certain amount of points and, covering the spread, whatever. Perfect pass. The guys catches it. Speed. Nobody's catching him. He's headed for the end zone, and he just kind of decides to diagonal his way out of bounds. And then he kind of like throws his shoulders up, and people are like, "This has to be investigated. Like, what is he doing?"
He just didn't want
though.
Well, and that's where these things get difficult. But they were able to do it with the, those pitchers and the basketball players. But I don't know.
I mean, it's pretty obvious, right?
Well, I mean, you'd think, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to see.
Guy's like, nobody tackled me. Damn it. What do I do?
Fumble. I don't know.
Fumble Ruski.
Milwaukee.
All right. I think that brings us to the end. We're almost at an hour and a half, so we're we're doing good here. I'm glad we got the gang back together again. This was a good
what
show.
about the news? You
I was just gonna say
you're gonna keep them on the line, and then
I can't. So I've got a Starbucks conspiracy theory for next week. So if you want to know how Starbucks is not only screwing us, but might be the death of society.
You're gonna raffle off a Starbucks card too?
Tune in. What?
Raffle off a Starbucks card to all the listeners.
Maybe one lucky listener. Yeah, and that fits right into the theme. So,
the best comment.
Yeah,
get you $10.
Yeah, well, Starbucks is big right now. I mean, we're coming off of pumpkin spice lattes,
peppermint
moving right into the peppermint stuff. Right, we're getting gift cards for teachers. Everybody's
Don't get the
Starbucks
eggnog.
Gift
Don't
cards.
get the eggnog mocha or whatever it is. The eggnog.
I love eggnog.
My mother-in-law says it's no good. No good.
All right.
Well, now
tune in. I'm gonna go try it.
It's eggnog.
I'll go try it, and I'll report back.
Eggnog coffee.
Eggnog coffee.
Is there any alcohol on it?
It's Starbucks.
You got to get some Kahlua or something when you get home, right? Get some Kahlua. So, all right,
Steak and
guys.
Shake has an eggnog shake.
I think I've seen a commercial for that, but I don't know.
I don't know. All right. Adios for now.
Until later.
This number has been disconnected.